with that confidence, we'll be creating a framework which will either give company level or industry level exemptions. We will work on the framework as I get back to India and find a solution for bulk exemption or product or project based exemption or company based exemption, so that we can have timely supply of products, goods and services and support your work in India. Undoubtedly, India and Japan are very natural allies in building a trusted and resilient global semiconductor industry. We are a partnership cemented by the 2023 Memorandum of Cooperation on the semiconductor supply chain. And I'm glad that it has moved very decisively from the diplomatic table to the actual action on the ground. I think many of you have highlighted several complementary aspects of this relationship. If I may somewhat summarize it, India is a large and growing electronics market. We expect our semiconductor demand to now grow up to $150 billion by 2032. In design and engineering talent, India can offer significant support, as was mentioned by several of you. We are now rapidly expanding, particularly in the fabrication and packaging ecosystem. We have given significant government incentives. The Semicon 1 gave about $10 billion and has seeded investments of roughly $19 billion in this industry through 13 projects which have been approved. We have recently committed another $15 billion for Semicon 2 and are committed to giving even more once we exhaust this $15 billion. Apart from that, the states give incentives, and in the aggregate, we believe the Semicon 2 should be in a position to seed about $50 billion of investments. And as I said, we have only just begun, because we recognize that yours is an industry that is the need of the hour. It is futuristic, and you will find full support both from the central government, state governments, all our local industry and businesses. We will be happy to support you in your search for partner investors in India. And we would like to make India a major global electronics manufacturing base. Japan, I can see from the comments made here, has engaged in the semiconductor ecosystem, whether it's materials, whether it's gases, whether it's equipment, whether it's logistics, fab, and finally, of course, the ATMP, the entire process, including design, at a very early date. And therefore, you have advanced semiconductor equipment, materials, specialty chemicals, precision manufacturing and process technology, deep industrial and R&D capabilities, and have been able to establish global scale semiconductor industries. Thus, the complementarity between Japan and India makes it a very strategic opportunity. And I do hope that working together, we can truly meet the aspiration of 1.4 billion Indians and the growing opportunities that Japan is looking for through the India growth story. Our own electronic story has also undergone a profound structural shift. Production has grown fivefold in the last 10 years. Exports have touched nearly $45–50 billion in recent years. But as I said, the India story has also just begun. I see a Japanese footprint in our India transformation and progress towards the semiconductor industry is showing fruits of turning into reality. The CG Power facility in Sanand, one of the first plants to commence commercial production, is anchored by Renesas Electronics from Japan. This is a lighthouse project out of the $19 billion of projects that are already underway. I think the momentum is sharp, and I do believe that the intention on both sides is very strong. Both our leaders have discussed this issue in great detail during the visit of Her Excellency, the Prime Minister of Japan, Ms. Sene, to India last month. And all the 6 pillars, the first pillar of design, where we aim to develop IPs, design of chips and systems, and work with India as a key semiconductor chip design partner country. Second pillar of machines and materials, where companies involved in manufacturing and R&D are welcome, chemicals and gases are welcome, all of these being essential for our manufacturing industry and will be incentivized. We hope that this will lay the foundation for sustainable growth in India and will help develop the precision manufacturing of semiconductors back home in India. In the third pillar, we are looking at setting up more fab units. The first fab is scheduled to be commissioned in 2028. The world is showing greater confidence in India. We will make efforts to attract more manufacturers to come to India to set up fabs and manufacture chips, including silicon fabs, compound semiconductor fabs, discrete component fabs, display fabs, etc. In the fourth pillar, we wish to further strengthen the ATMP and OSAT industry. We've had some success in Semicon 1 with ATMP. We hope that ATMP and OSAT units will come in greater numbers in Semicon 2 and beyond. The fifth pillar on research and development is a journey which we started with 28 nanometer up to 110 nanometer as the nodes that we are looking at. Now the focus will be on developing more advanced nodes and other advanced technologies in collaboration with Japanese companies. In the sixth pillar is talent development, which was alluded to towards the end of our discussion. We have 315 universities now training our students on complex chip design using the latest EDA tools. And so far, 68,000 students have been trained at different levels. We wish to develop this process further and deepen the level of engagement with Japanese companies to promote training in our colleges, in our universities. We hope the Japanese industry will be actively engaged in deepening the clean room, fab construction, and other ecosystem training as well. Friends, sky is the limit in terms of potential. It is for industry from both the Indian side and the Japanese side to grab the opportunity. I have noted some of the concerns that were flagged off today. The concerns about BIS certification was also flagged off yesterday when Okubo-san from Tokyo Electron discussed it in detail. And I'm happy to share with you that we have taken action yesterday itself. We have already instructed BIS and the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to work on a framework to support high-tech industry, not necessarily only Japanese companies, but high-tech industries coming in to promote the Make in India program, to create a framework of exemption from BIS certification required for all the equipment and components that they need to bring to India to promote their manufacturing in India. I believe it's a very logical step, given that Tokyo Electron and companies such as yours, which come in to make high quality semicon products, are going to get high quality products into the country. You are not going to compromise on quality at all, even if it comes at a cheaper price. So with that confidence, we'll be creating a framework which will either give company level or industry level exemptions. We will work on the framework as I get back to India and find a solution for bulk exemption or product or project-based exemption or company-based exemption, so that we can have timely supply of products, goods and services and support your work in India. Similarly, I have noted what was mentioned by some of the participants, I think more particularly by Fuji Electric Company Limited, about regulatory complexity. I think at the central level, you will not find us wanting, but I assure you that even at the state or local level, we will stand ready and willing to support you fully. States in India are also aligned, irrespective of political affiliation, with this mission. And we will be completely at your disposal and at the disposal of companies from around the world who come to India to be a part of our foray into the semiconductor industry, in high-tech businesses, in the artificial intelligence or quantum computing sector, in the process of setting up data centers. We will be working closely with all of you, even at the local and state level. We have noted your point about social infrastructure, and I do believe it's very important that just like we created infrastructure in the 11 Japanese industrial townships, where we created smart cities, where we tried to bring the feel of Japan into the social infrastructure. Dholera, we are working on those lines, so that between Dholera and Sanand, we can create social infrastructure like schooling, lodging, hospital, restaurants, hotels. I think possibly a golf course should also be created, so that we can make you feel at home. And all the Japanese expats and experts, we assure you that we will make sure that places like Dholera, Jagi Road and other places where you are setting up operations will have reliable electricity, ultra pure water, clean room infrastructure, waste treatment and high quality logistics, along with social infrastructure, to make your journey in India faster and much more exciting. You have also raised the issue of SEZ notifications. We have discussed this in detail yesterday also, and will take timely action so that all your companies can take the benefits of the incentives offered through the SEZ framework or the EU framework or the MOOWR framework, whichever one each one of you chooses in different parts of the country. I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, we are seized of the partnership's potential and will work through our mission to remain engaged with all of you. You have an open door waiting for you in the mission, in my Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in the Ministry of Electronics and IT, led by my friend and colleague, Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav, back home in India. And together, we will make your journey pleasurable, fruitful, profitable, and prosperous. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.